Yeah, so I ended up getting the Saints Row, the one I'm in. I forget what it's called. Get Out of Hell. I actually got it for $3, but it's listed for $5 plus 3 DLCs. But I got it for $3 in the bundle because I already owned all the other content in the bundle. So I got 68% off of 68% off of the Get Out of Hell. So yeah, it wouldn't let me buy it as a gift though, because it said you cannot buy it as a gift because it's a personalized bundle.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Still pretty cool though. It came out cheaper than the individual game. So I don't know if it's only offering the customized pricing because my account is locked, or if it's for everyone now. Because you know I can't even trade because my account is locked because I haven't put in real money into Steam in a year. What are you doing? A stroke? Okay. Freaking hell.
It's a Xbox controller.
What about an Xbox controller?
The PS3 or PS4.
Mm. So it doesn't work then?
No, it works. It just changes it. It shows up as an Xbox controller.
Oh.
Says Xbox 360 controller for Windows.
Mm. Do you have DS3 and DS4 tool running?
Yeah. No, it's okay. It's working.
Mm.
It's just that's what it should do. It makes it into an Xbox 360 controller, so it works on Windows. You know, Windows doesn't.
Does
No,
it?
there's
Does
no
it?
way you can make a PS4 controller work because Windows doesn't like PS4
I know.
string kernel. So that's
Can you still customize the keys on the DS3?
yeah, you can.
Mm.
The default profile is an Xbox 360.
Yeah.
You can customize all the controls for the game. Everything. Holy shit! Fuck me. Even a touchy paddy.
Yeah, the touchpad, the gyro. I don't know when you'd ever use the gyro though. So freaking buggy.
Yeah, who cares?
You know what I mean by the gyro, right? Detects if you tilt your controller and stuff.
Yeah, I know what a gyro is.
Yeah. I don't know any game where that would be useful.
Yeah, can't help you with that either.
It would maybe be good for your VR garbage. Since there's no touch controller yet for the Rift. Did you try out the Rift and what was the other one? Did you try them out yet?
The Vive?
Yeah, the Vive.
Oh, they're good.
Both of them?
No, Vive is better. It's also heavier. Quality is better, but it's heavier. It's it's even less comfortable.
Do you think it's too heavy?
They're both too heavy and bulky and uncomfortable, and the cables and everything.
So you don't think you could use it all day?
No, definitely not. You can't even use it when you're not playing. You need to take it off when you want to have a drink. You need to take it off when you go pissing.
Well, evidently. Well, I didn't really consider when you're having a drink.
Well, how do you drink? You don't see your fucking glass or your fucking... You don't see anything. You can't
Um,
drink. You can't eat. You can't
the
drink.
same way the same way a blind person can drink and eat.
Yeah, good luck with your keyboard being spilled on all the time because you knock shit over.
Yeah, I guess it might be hard to pick up a cup.
Yeah, you can't have tea or anything. It's just...
Well,
They're just completely impractical.
if you properly set up a desk, it shouldn't be that hard, though.
Well, you still knock shit over.
No, but I mean, like, muscle memory. If you
That
start
doesn't
leaving
work.
stuff in the same spot every time.
No, it doesn't work like that. Try it. It doesn't work. It's always a little different and you knock shit over. You're getting deprived of the two most important senses, which is sight and sound. The same with typing. You need to take it off when you type. It's just totally impractical. I mean, the Vive has a front-facing camera you can switch on, but that's just kind of getting irritating. Quality is shit. So you can actually look around and see stuff, but it'll just like take it. I don't know who thought that's a good idea.
Thought what was a good idea?
VR. It's great for stuff like Elite Dangerous, or like any game where you sit down in the game, like a spaceship, where you fly the spaceship, and that's all you do. Or a racing game, car racing. But even the car racing game gets really, really, really annoying because every time the camera gets moved involuntarily, it totally disorients you. Cutscenes, shit like that, they're totally disorienting. Because the information in your inner ear and what you see doesn't match up, you know? It's like any game that grabs the camera and does something, you can just forget. And I don't mean it's just annoying, I mean after 20 minutes, if you have like a game that constantly moves the, like you're in first person, right? And everything is fine, but every now and then it goes to third person or does camera angles or swings around and shows you stuff or does slow motions to show you kill moves or shit like that. You know what I mean, right? Yeah, if you have that, after about half an hour you get so sick you need to take it off. It's just, and it's not like, oh, I don't like this, it's uncomfortable. No, you get physically sick. And I mean, it's like getting kicked in the stomach sick. And that's for everyone. That's not just people with motion sickness. It's because the camera, if they take the camera without you interacting, it'll throw you off so much that your brain just goes into survival mode or some shit, I don't know. brain just says like, this shit is not what I wanted to do. I'm scared now. So yeah, it's like, it's not a good thing.
I didn't think it'd be that bad.
You know, with this, there is strict requirements from OR and Live, how you have to design your game to make it VR compatible. And 99% of all games out right now and coming out do not fit that. And you can't change some things, because that's just part of the game. Like, you can't change third-person games. Third-person games are out of the question. They will never work on VR, because the camera, you know how the camera, when it gets to, like, you're in a tight room and the camera does its own adjustment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes you so sick. It's already annoying. You know how annoying it is now when it does that?
I never have that much of an issue with it.
Well, it is annoying. You have to admit that, right?
Meh.
When the camera just jerks around and does its own thing you don't want it to do.
It's annoying when you have frame drops because drivers suck.
Well, that's something different. That's also a problem, but yeah.
But camera angles, I never really had a problem with. There's only like 2 games. It
Well,
was
that's like,
super
I'm not talking
buggy.
about camera angles. I'm talking when the camera does its own thing. Like when you go into a room and then the camera swings around because there was something in the way, like a column, or it zooms in or zooms out
Yeah.
because there's something in the way. That's annoying, isn't it? I think it's annoying. Everyone.
It's only annoying to me when it's obtrusive, like I can't actually do anything. Sometimes like the camera angle will bug out and you can't even control your dude anymore.
Well, like it's always, well, I think it's visually pretty annoying. But like if you have it in VR and you've got stereoscopic view, it'll physically make you sick because of the zoom movement and shit like that and the rapid movement. So all those games are not playable. Well, they're playable for like 20 or 30 minutes, but then you get sick like a dog.
And so you just tried that at your
Yeah.
yeah. What's that thing called again?
Games Lounge?
Hmm. So did you guys have like a big event when it came, or no?
Why can't I assign this? What the fuck is going on? Yeah, it's people don't understand it. They're like, oh no, it works with everything. They would just make it just makes everything 3D. That's such bullshit. It's absolutely fantastic though in everything it is. Like literally it's 500 times better than the Valve. Because the game is designed for VR. There's like things like you have, like you sit in a cockpit, right, all the time. So you pretty much there's no camera movement or anything. You always sit in the cockpit and you turn your head.
Well, it must be disorienting when you're flipping stuff, though.
You don't flip. What do you mean flip?
Well, because you're flying spacecraft, yeah?
Yeah, but you are doing that.
Yeah.
It's you that's doing it.
But still not disorienting to you?
No, because you do it.
No, I know, like, I mean, just the game itself, like even just playing off a TV, I find flying a plane or something in certain games will be a little bit off-putting. So I can
Really?
imagine it would be a little bit worse in VR.
Well, it's
Yeah.
actually pretty cool. It actually feels real and more real than with the non-stereoscopic. But the difference is because you are controlling it, your brain is fine with it, right?
Yeah.
Because you control the movement, it's okay. So there's no movement of the camera or the ship without you interacting with it. That's the good part. And the best part is like there's like this place to the left and the right of you that have your like shield control and comms and inventory and landing gear and you know this shit, right? And normally you have a button and that will move the camera to the left to the inventory thing or whatever. But with the headset, you just turn your head over and it automatically knows, oh, he's looking at that thing now, and you can control the console there. And then you turn your head to the other side and you can control that console on the other side. Fucking amazing, man. So it works really good if the game is designed for it. Elite was specifically designed for it. I'm guessing a couple of games that are coming out that are specially designed for it will be really good. But you can't just take Call of Duty and think it's going to be good. It's not. Car racing is pretty amazing.
Did you try something like Call of Duty?
Yeah. FPS is fucking annoying as hell.
Why is that?
It works as long as there's no external cameras.
Like kill cam?
Yeah. As soon as you have a kill cam or shit like that, it gets really, really bad.
Hmm.
It's also that if the frame rate is not stable, you get weird artifacts, and it's like, you know how you have like the VSync issue, which we mostly don't have anymore,
Tearing?
the tearing.
Yeah.
There's a similar effect in the stereoscopic projections that it's called screen door effect.
Okay.
Which is hard to describe, but it's similar to that. It's pretty much just it's similar to that, the screen door effect, and that's when you basically see the difference between two frames, between your left and the right eye. And since your eye isn't really good, and we don't have 300 hertz yet on this thing, we have it there, they're 90 hertz. And which, with that is stable, you don't have issues unless the displays get a little laggy. But if you have that effect, it's really discomforting and annoying. It's like one eye seeing something different than the other eye, and it just takes away the stereoscopic and just makes it 2D for a flash second, and then goes back to a full stereoscopic. It's like hard to describe what it does, but it's like really fucking annoying, like really bad. It's kind of like when someone would like switch your screen to black and white and switch it back to color. Something annoying like that. It's not just the screen tearing, which is also annoying. Well, I would wait until the second generation. Also, the resolution is shit.
You think it'll actually get better?
Well, the problem is
And
we need
what graphics card were you guys using at the game launch?
980.
So that was a little bit under sufficient for probably 90 frames per second in some of those games.
Well, you can't go on super extreme settings. That's a given. Nothing can right now. There's no card that can. Not even dual Titan X can do it.
Yeah, well, that's memory bandwidth and the amount of memory for that large of a display.
It just does not deliver the 90 hertz. That's the problem. Consistently. And if you have frame, like if we have, the thing is, it's just everything is just a lot more noticeable. Frame drops.
Yeah, well, it's really close to your face.
Well, no, it's not that. It's because it's stereoscopic. It's like, it's not, you don't see it as a display in front of your face. Don't think of it like that. It's not a display in front of your face. That's not what it is. It's like really, it's like you're seeing it. Because it's 3D, it's like stereoscopic, it's like really, it's like you, I don't want to say you're there, because that's not true. But you can see exactly like you were there. It's not like looking at a screen. It's like looking, it's like if it, it's like real. It's like hard to this. Get it. Give it a test.
No, I don't know where I could ever test it. I saw NCIX. NCIX is having their anniversary, and we'll have one at their anniversary party. But that's in BC, and I'm not driving 8 hours to go and see a Vive or a Rift. Didn't even say which one it had. It just said VR. No.
Yeah, that's, how far is it?
Oh, like 8 hours.
Yeah, that's a lot. And again, it's really kind of cool. But, like I said, I would wait until the next generation when we can really deliver the 90 hertz consistently. Next GPU generation. And then the resolution of the displays is really shit. Like, you can see pixels. Either my eyes are that good, they're not that good anymore anyway, but I have really shit eyes now compared to what I had before. Well, I guess it's still good and just not that far distances, but like the resolution of those are, they're like 720-ish, kinda. They're not even really full 1080p, right? So the resolution is kinda low. And that's like a little off-putting. The next generation, I guess, when we have, I did the math to make it really, really good. Like the maximum that you can get would be when it had like close to 8K displays. That's how good the display has to be in with the standard optics it uses. So that you don't see any pixels anymore, or any pixel changes or flickering or things like that, right? That would make it perfect. That would make it better than your eyes can notice differences. Would make it so good that even if there was a little error in the display, you wouldn't even see it because it's so small, right? But the next step is going to be 4K. So
maybe not even that.
Probably not even that. The next step
Yeah,
is
probably 1440p.
Yeah, 40 or 2K, 2160, whatever. So we're far away from that thing being really good, like being as good as it can be. There's a limit, but the limit would be around 6 to 8K, I think. Like I have done the math. It also depends on your optics. I think there's a difference in the optics and the Vive, and there is a difference in the Vive and the OR. So there's probably a different requirement in terms of resolution, but you know what I'm saying. For the price and for the PC, you need it's shit. Except if you're just playing anything, so I would just get it for that, because that just changes the game like 10,000%. It's like it's the best experience so far. There's nothing else. Car racing games are cool because like you're getting really good at them. Like it's unfair how good you get because you have the depth perception, right? You're not you right now. What you do is you have a muscle memory and you remember at which point when you see something on the track when you have to brake, right? Like you remember, oh, when I pass this pole or when this pops into view, that's when I brake so I can take the corner at max speed. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's how you do it. That's how you play on a 2D screen. But after you play with that thing for like an hour or two, you start to go by real depth perception, and you get so much more accurate because you can judge the distance better. Like you can really judge the distance because there's a distance there. You can see the distance between you and the corner. So, but the thing with the car games though is there's no car game that doesn't fuck around with the camera. That's the problem.